Thanks, John. Just to take the long view of this, very early in President Biden's presidency, February the 4th, 2021, he spoke at the State Department about his priorities in foreign policy. And he said that one of those priorities was reclaiming our credibility and moral authority. The Prime Minister of Israel is, in the judgment of the Chief Prosecutor of the International Criminal Court, a war criminal. Isn't posting an alleged war criminal in the Oval Office undermining of credibility and moral authority?
No, because we don't consider him a war criminal.
But the International Criminal Court does.
We don't agree, and as we've said before, we don't find the ICC's finding to be relevant or appropriate in this case. We don't find him to be a war criminal. He's an ally and a partner and a friend.
Well, the Chief Prosecutor says that Israel does have legitimate war aims, of course, but the way Israel chose to achieve these in Gaza, namely intentionally causing death, starvation, great suffering, and serious injury to body or health of the civilian population, are criminal.
Is that a question? Because if it is, I've already answered it. We don't consider him a war criminal.
Good.
Thank you, Corinne.
Thank you. Yes, she called you.
I thought you said Jane.
Thank you very much. Yes, I said Jane.
No.
Call halayim la Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, Waha, Raha Kwadash. All praises and glory go to you, Lord. Double honors and respect go to our apostles, bishops, elders, teachers, the men of great millstone. To you I say shalom. Salutations to the hopeful elect out there. It's your brother Amraya. Let's get into it. Apparently America doesn't think that the International Criminal Court has justification issuing warrants for the leader of the Israeli government, Netanyahu. Okay? And though this man has committed atrocities bordering genocide against another ethnicity, the Americans, the ones that run this government, hold him in high regard and in esteem as a friend, quote unquote, that he doesn't have to pay for all of the bloodshed and starvation and other war crimes that he has pushed upon another ethnicity. And this is just a conglomerate of white supremacy sticking together and banding together in these latter days. But the Lord is not senile. He remembers all, he sees all, he knows all. And there is going to come a time where Amalek, whom you know to be the modern day Jewish people, Israelis, are going to have to pay for the atrocities that they have been committing throughout history until this very time. There will be judgment pronounced against them as they came against the children of Israel. In the past, the Lord has never forgotten even that transgression, okay? And they continue to transgress because they are truly the synagogue of Shaitan. They have no regard for any other ethnicities in the world. And once they receive rulership, okay, once they've gotten on top, they have led by an iron fist, okay? It's a very get down or lay down mentality of which they will be paying for. Now, I don't want to make this video too long. You already know about Amalek. And I've already been looking online. You got these so-called fact checkers going back and trying to rewrite history altogether, erasing articles that were once there. But trust me, the Lord's eyes are 10,000 times brighter than the sun, beholding all the ways of man. And he does remember your atrocities. Deuteronomy chapter 25, verse 17, it says, remember what Amalek did unto thee. And this is talking about the nation of Israel, okay? While coming out of Egypt, the land of bondage, the Lord is saying, remember what Amalek did unto you, okay? Continue reading verse 17. Remember what Amalek did unto thee by the way when you were come forth out of Egypt, how he met you by the way and smote the hindmost of you, even all that were feeble behind you, when you were faint and weary, and he feared not Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai. And to this day, they don't fear Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai. And for those of you who don't know, Yahweh is whom you ignorantly call God, and Yahushai is whom you ignorantly call Jesus. Those are their names in the Paleo Hebrew. Verse 19, therefore, it shall be when Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, have given thee rest from all your enemies round about, in the land which Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai giveth you for an inheritance to possess it, that you shall blot out the remembrance of Amalek from under heaven. Thou shalt not forget it. Right. When the Lord Yahushai returns, okay, and gathers up the elect from the nation of Israel, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and North American Indians, and gives you those immortal tabernacles, those bodies, and returns you home, then the Lord is going to turn his attention to Amalek. He will not blot out the remembrance of Amalek, okay? And judgment will be pronounced against him. Judgment will be pronounced against the so-called self-proclaimed head of the white man, okay? And when that happens, they will be put into slavery for 1,000 years. And after they've served slavery, they will be wiped out altogether. We're going to go to Numbers chapter 24. And I'll scroll down a bit. I'll begin. Let's begin up a little bit. I'll begin at verse 16. He have said, which heard the words of Yahweh and knew the knowledge of the Most High, which saw the vision of the Almighty falling into a trance, but having his eyes open. I shall see him, but not now. I shall behold him, but not nigh. There shall come a star out of Jacob, and a scepter shall rise out of Israel, and shall smite the corners of Moab, and destroy all the children of Sheth. And Edom shall be a possession, and Edom is another name for Esau, or Esau-Edom, Idumea, right? It's the so-called self-proclaimed white man that rules in the world today. Verse 18, and Edom shall be a possession. Seir also shall be a possession for his enemies, and Israel shall do valiantly. Out of Jacob shall come he that shall have dominion, and shall destroy him that remaineth of the city. Right, this is Yahushai. That star out of Jacob is Yahushai, whom the world ignorantly calls Jesus. Okay? Verse 20, and here's the point. And when he looked on Amalek, he took up his parable and said, Amalek was the first of the nations, but his latter end shall be that he perish forever. Right. Now, in these latter days, we know that the so-called self-proclaimed white man has stolen the identity of the children of Israel, and they go by the modern-day tribes of Judah, okay? Tribe of Judah, Salakia. Now, they've taken on their surname, Jewish, but we know that these are imposters. This is really the tribe of Amalek that the scriptures are describing, okay? So verse 20 again, and when he looked on Amalek, those like Mr. Benjamin Netanyahu, when he looked on Amalek, he took up his parable and said, Amalek was the first of the nations, but his latter end shall be that he perish forever. Right. Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai will never forget the atrocities that you have done, not only to the children of Israel, but that you are continuing to commit in these latter days. And though you may not be held responsible in the ICC, International Criminal Court, you still have to face charges in the holy court of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. And we already know your judgment. So tick tock, time's almost up. Okay? Enjoy your wickedness while you still can, because once Yahushua returns, your name is going to come up on the docket, and you will receive judgment. Hopefully this has been edifying. I want to say, call halal Yahweh Ba'Hashem Yahushua for this message. Until the next time, shalom.